apologies that if you don't. When you're gone, girl, we miss it all. We both know that we need.
According to Google, self love is defined as regards for one's own well being and happiness. It says considered as a desirable rather than narcissistic characteristic. To me, I've struggled with the definition of what to love myself means to me. Um, I've been struggling my entire life to love who I am as a person, whether it's my physical or my mental or just inner beauty in itself. I have caused harm to my body. I have caused harm to my mental state because I chose to believe in what other people thought of me instead of what I thought of myself. Um, to unconditionally spoil, value yourself, and accept your self worth. I, for one, can say that is something I have never done and is something that's always been on the back burner of my life. I have put aside my happiness to please others. I have put aside my future goals to help others in times when I should have been trying to help myself. I have been struggling with loving myself through the little things and the big things in my life. I have struggled to love myself at the biggest point in my life to the smallest point in my life. I have struggled to love myself through all the changes that I wanted to make. I have taken weight loss pills. I have done crash diets. I have tried to make myself throw up. I have done everything in the book that could have possibly caused a lot more damage to myself. And there's a lot of things in my life that I am thankful for, and also thankful for all of those things that I went through. And if you're a friend and you're watching this and you never knew, don't feel bad, because not everybody in my life was there through every mental breakdown. Not everybody in my life was there through every tear that I could have possibly cried. Not everybody was there when I would lock myself in my room for days and just cry and think about, why me? Why did I have to look this way? Why did I have to be the one to go through all these things? I'm not strong enough to deal through these things. I'm not strong enough to carry this weight. I'm not strong enough to go through this thing called life. I'm 23 years old now. I want to say that I've gone through a lot of rough things in my life, and it hasn't been easy. But where I am today, I am thankful for a lot of people in my life who took the time to get to know Danielle for who she is. Because of them, I am now able to accept who I am on the inside and love who I am on the inside without focusing too much of who I am on the outside. You know, when I talk about who I am on the outside, I talk about how I dress, how I fix my hair, how I do my makeup, the shoes I put on my feet, the jewelry that I choose to wear. I think about all the things of my physical appearance that are no longer important to me. I have learned to love myself in a way where eating or a lifestyle change has become a lifestyle change and not a diet to damage my self-worth and who I am. And a few days ago, I was going through my Google Drive and I came across a video that I will insert when I was speaking about how big I was, how unhappy I was, and downplaying all the weight that I had gained, not because I was just eating with, uncontrol or not being able to control it, but I was going through mental health issues that contributed to me gaining all that weight, contributed to me binge eating, contributed to me stress eating, contributed to me not even eating or taking care of myself in so many ways. And it's just very sad to me that I unfortunately had to go through all those things. I felt alone. I felt as if I had no value. I felt as if I didn't matter to anybody. I felt I felt that I wouldn't be accepted by somebody, and I also felt that no one would love me. I changed so many things about myself to please other people, hoping that they would accept me, not realizing I wasn't Danielle through all of those things that I chose to change about who I truly was. I have lost friends. I have lost close family members, and not to death, but just relationships are just dead. And it's either because I've chose to let go because they were holding me back, and or I chose to let go because when I tried to push forward, they would always try to find ways to bring me back to that state that I don't want to be in. A friend wouldn't tell you to indulge in unhealthy food when you're trying to lose weight or take care of your physical body. You know, when you're struggling with that temptation of, should I get McDonald's or should I eat something else? You know what I mean? Just simple things like that I struggled with keeping certain people in my life. It's just amazing how God works sometimes, and I can admit that I haven't been the most faithful church goer, but I do hold on to religion, and I do hold on to my faith dearly, and living my life the way that I should. And it's hard sometimes to reflect back on who I was, because it physically hurts me to think that I used to be like that, and I used to think so poorly of myself. And I don't know, I've just really had some time to reflect. I've been watching this YouTube channel, or this church on YouTube called Transformation Church. And I was watching a sermon the other day entitled Self-Love. And it was one thing that specifically stood out for me. In the Bible, it talks about how we are created in God's image, and He put a lot of thought into creating us. And because of sin, we tend to taint that thought, and we tend to taint who we are as religious human beings, or who we are as God's children. And as I said before, we tend to lean more towards the importance of the physical and not the spiritual. And I made a note from the sermon. It says, "We are made in God's image, not the physical, but the character of God." And the character of God is love. And I feel like that's where self-love is so important, not just love in general. Yes, it's important to love man. It's important to love your strangers, to love your brethren, to love your family, to love your friends. Those things are so important, because we are made in God's image, and a lot of the times we downplay who we are as a person, that's where our self-love can become affected in so many ways. We focus on the smallest bump on our face. We focus on the smallest blemish on our face. We focus on the little fat you have on your side, not realizing all those things aren't important. Or all of those things are not of major importance. And self-love is so important, because love is something that drives out fear. When you love who you are as a person, and you love your flaws, and you love all the things that make you you, you're able to dress comfortably without worrying about what everybody thinks about you. You're able to live your life without fear of being judged of the people on the outside. Once you leave your comfort zone, your bed, your home, you walk through those doors, you're able to be who you are without caring about what somebody else is going to think about you. You understand? It's just so important to accept who you are as a human being, whether it's your race, whether it's your culture, whether it's your body type, whether it's anything that you're uncomfortable with that has to do with you. Remember where remember where it starts. Try to remember the importance of love, not just the word itself, but loving yourself, loving who you are as a person. And then it makes it so much easier for you to share that love with somebody else. And I feel like self-love should be on the top of your list before you loving somebody else. I used to say that all the time and not believe in it. But now that I have something to believe in, I'm able to wear what I want, dress how I want, in confidence. I'm able to say how I feel to whoever, or to myself on my own time. I'm able to express my thoughts on paper without an inch of negativity. You know what I mean? I used to put pen to paper and write things like, I'm ugly, I'm unhappy, when will I find love? When will I feel the need to share my emotions and my thoughts with somebody else? It was just a lot of things going through my mind when I was at my very low points. And I hope I'm making sense because I'm kind of just talking on the top of my, or speaking from the top of my head right now, and how I've been feeling for the past few days. And I really want to make my channel of importance, or something of importance. I don't want to make content for the sake of creating. I don't want to fall into the line of everybody else on YouTube who creates videos on drama or things that don't mean shit to me or to anybody else, or that's gonna have any importance on my life. I want to stay true to who I am, and whoever chooses to subscribe, whoever chooses to watch, whoever chooses to follow or keep up with my life, that's up to you. But I just want to make sure that I personally can create a change in somebody's life. And I want to do this because of the videos that I saw of myself at my lowest point, and how I used to speak to myself with such hate and disgust. And when I think about all the things that I used to do to my body just to make other people happy, it's really not worth it. And I hope this video reaches the right person. I hope I'm able to help somebody in some type of way, and not just help somebody but help myself too, as I, look at a camera and I record my thoughts and my feelings. This is either going to be something that hits my channel every week, about speaking about self-love, not so much sit down videos like this that are so intimate, but habits that can create or boost your confidence, or the way you feel about yourself, or how to love who you are and embrace the things you hate about yourself. And just remember, hate is such a strong word. So I really hope that I am doing the right thing, for myself and for other people. I feel like I am. I've prayed about it, and I'm speaking like my future and a lot of my thoughts for my channel into existence. And this just really made me change the things I want for myself and my creative thoughts. All my thumbnails now will have positive quotes, no matter what type of video I'm putting out, whether it's hair, makeup, clothing, chit chat videos, stuff like that. I will always have quotes in my thumbnails, because there may be somebody that might not watch the video, but they may see something on that thumbnail that they needed to see that day. And I really hope that I'm able to continue and to have faith in what I am doing, and that it will eventually reach the right audience and the right people. But I'm going to end the video here. I hope this helped somebody in some type of way. And if you are feeling down on yourself, just remember who you were from the beginning, before all the negativity started and all the negative comments started to hit you. Remember who you were before all the bullying started and how happy you were. Just always be yourself. Never let one comment or one person affect your future, or tell you who you are, or never limit your self-worth and what you're capable of. But that's pretty much it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.